What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division Heartland video. Now sit back, relax, grab your popcorn and enjoy the video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and let me know in the comment section below what you think. Now this is going to be another update. It's a news update video about the most current Division Heartland leaks. So, over the weekend, we had some more leaks go over Twitter and Reddit. They were the same leaks, and it seems to be from the same source. Now, who actually took these photos and all that is, not divulged, obviously. Whoever's doing this is under NDA and shouldn't necessarily be leaking out stuff. Now, before we even talk about it and get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I want everyone to be clear that these are leaks. There has been actually no official news about the Division Heartland since its inception. I believe it was like last May where they announced that they were doing a Division Heartland. I think they might have announced that no, actually, I think that's it. Because even the leaks about them postponing Heartland, that was due to someone close to the Ubisoft, company. That wasn't a official, news drop. And everything since have all been leaks. So we've actually had zero official information from the Division Heartland since their first initial announcement of them telling everyone that they are coming out with a standalone game that is within the Division universe, but it's completely different from the Division universe. Yeah. So with that being said, these are all leaks, and I want you to all understand that these are all subject to change, but the way that these leaks are coming out, it is seeming more and more that they are all true. So let's jump into it because the leaks are actually pretty good news for PVE players. Now, the whole PvP part, we'll talk about in this video as well, but the latest leak is some pretty good news for all of you PvE players out there who are wanting to play the Division Heartland. Now, when they first announced the Division Heartland, it was shown that it was going to be a PvE VP mode where there would be PvP as well as NPCs during the Storm mode. Now, what we have heard over the last year or so of these leaks is that there was going to be a PvE tutorial mission that initially they were calling it a expedition, but recently newer leaks have now confirmed that they have renamed expeditions to excursions. Now, with this latest leak, is the excursions are actually going to be quite in-depth, and that's what is going to be some great news for all of you PvE agents out there, is that before it was seeming that we would get like one mission, like a tutorial, like, hey, this is how you do it, go get them, Tiger. Kind of like what they did in here in the Division 2, where in each of the dark zones you had to actually unlock the main entrance and then do like a PvE tutorial mission. But as soon as you finished that, you were done. And then, it was gun-ho, go to the dark zone. So initially with the leaks, we were thinking that the tutorial expedition was just going to be one mission and then the rest of it was going to be PvP. Now, with these newer leaks, we are seeing that it is now called excursions, and it's going to be not one like tutorial mission, it's going to be the whole damn thing. So let me read the leaks that I'm referring to. So over the weekend on Twitter, and I mean, you can do this right now, it's still there. If you go onto Twitter and you just type into the search bar, the Division Heartland, boop-a-doo, the Division Heartland. Okay. So the Division Heartland pop up on Twitter, and you'll see all of these different leaks. Now, the article that I did a video on about a week or two ago, that was from an actual company. I think it was Xfire, and then Gamer Rant did the same article. That was done by a different person. That was also a person that was, doing leaks and stuff on Twitter. But this new person, his name is Sean Weber. So Sean Weber has 2,200 followers on Twitter and seems to like, any sort of news info or leaks about games that, are coming out. So a lot of the content that's on this person's Twitter page all have to do with leaks from different video games that are coming out. Now, this past weekend, a lot of the posts have all been from the Division Heartland. So let's talk about the first one that all the PVE lovers would like to talk about. So it's a snippet that says "paced out experience." Now, in this a screenshot, there are 3 different things to talk about while pacing out your experience. The first one, it says drip feed mechanics. It says that upgrading your base of ops is a core part of your new player progression, slowly revealing depth and nuance for players. So right off the bat, it shows that we have to upgrade our base of ops, sort of the same thing we had to do in Division 1 and Division 2, where we would get either a base of ops or a settlement, and then we would have to do like missions and things like that to unlock upgrades to get the fullest potential out of that settlement or base of ops. Ooh, sledgehammer guy. Now, the next part of this paced out experience, it says gated zone discovery missions. And then the snippet for it says players will have to spend time in each zone before moving on. This will increase your knowledge of the map and appreciation for the entire open world of Silver Creek. Now, it also says, and elongating content. Now, if you look into these open worlds, you can see that each have their own section, right? So up here we have West End, then we have Downtown West, Constitution Hall, Foggy Bottom, and the list goes on. You can see all of these different sections in the open world. Now, what this leak is saying is that you will unlock one section at a time, and you have to complete everything in that section before going on to the next section. And then you have to complete everything in that section or zone before you go into the next zone, and so on and so forth. So the way that this game is going to be opening up is that you're going to have to unlock the entire open world before doing the PvP. So a lot of people initially from the leaks were thinking, oh, this isn't going to be for me. This is only going to be for PvP people. And that is far from the truth. It's seeming that you're going to have to do all the PvE before you can even PvP. Now, remember that with the other leaks, it was saying that we would have to do these excursions to prepare us for the Storm game mode. Now, the Storm game mode is that PvP part of this game. So that means we're going to have a lot of PvE content we're going to have to, go through, open up the open world, and then that would, probably there's a certain level you'll have to hit, and then it'll unlock the Storm game mode, where they're not just going to let, a level 1 just jump in and go straight to PvP. They're going to make it to where you need to work your way to it, unlock your base of ops, unlock your character, unlock certain, perks or certain loadouts. Who knows? Now, that leak is a really good sign for some replayability in the PVE aspects. The PvP, obviously, we could talk about that all day because, as far as we know, it's going to be some sort of like dark zone survival battle royale mesh up where you're going to have different zones that are going to be contaminated. You're going to have to work your way, kill some people, and try to extract. So beating the elements, beating the players, beating the NPCs, it's very similar to survival, but it's going to have, obviously some different elements. And then the last part of this leaked image, it says clear new player direction. And then it states new players will be progressing linearly for many hours, making sure no one is left asking what they should be doing next. So they're trying to say that we're going to keep leveling up, and that we're never going to have to ask the devs, when's the next content. That they're just going to progressively, get us through the game. So that's the first leak. The next leak is going to kind of make everyone scratch their heads and confirm the rumors that we heard from leaks past. And I'm mainly referring to that closed testing footage we saw about a year ago, just around the time that we heard about the Division Heartland even being a real thing. Now, this screenshot, and these are all screenshots, none of these are good quality. It just looks like someone who's under NDA playtesting this took a photo just off of their, crappy iPhone and then posted them online. None of them are good quality, and you have to, zoom in and try to read some of the words just, due to that quality. Now, this image, it's called keyboard and mouse. They actually screenshot the control settings for Division Heartland for keyboard and mouse users, so PC users. Now, a lot of people would be like, well, what does that matter? It's just about mouse and keyboard. Well, some of these options are quite interesting. Let's see. So let me just point out, I think maybe two options that I want to talk to you guys about, because a majority of it does look the same. You're getting in cover, you're getting out of cover, you're running, you're interacting and looting stuff. Those settings are pretty normal. Now listen to this one. It says if you hit the number 3, it will equip a melee weapon. That's right. So there's an option under this leak for mouse and keyboard settings, and it says 3, equip melee weapon. So we're going to have melee weapons in the Division Heartland. This is a leak. This is a screenshot of a mouse and keyboard controller settings, and it says under actions, equip melee weapon. Interesting, right? That it has its own button. So, which means we're going to be able to equip and use a melee weapon. Interesting. Now, the next one I wanted to talk to you about, it says movement. To slide, hold down the C button. So C on PC is the crouch button. What? So not only are we going to have crouch, we are also going to have slide. So now we're going to be able to move around, in the Division world, but now we're going to get the ability to crouch, and when we're running, we can hold down a button and slide. On top of that, it says we are going to be able to equip a melee weapon. So those are the three things I wanted to point out from that piece of leak. So far from the first image, it showed how they're planning on making the game replayable. The next leak, the keyboard and mouse screenshot, that's showing us, little details, but it does show that it is set to equip a melee weapon, slide, and crouch. Now, none of these are speculations. These are all leaks from the game. I'm just reading exactly what was leaked. Now, let's see. The other screenshot was of the base of ops. It was super grainy and not well done. They also posted what the main menu title looks like, where you start the game and it says, hit start. They put that in there as well. It's all right. Nothing too special. But the main things I wanted to talk about we already have, and that's the PVE content, how they're planning on pushing that out and making you progress and making the content actually replayable. And then the next thing I wanted to talk about was the crouch, slide, and equip a melee weapon. Those are three things we have never seen in the Division universe. So I want to discuss about that. Like, what do you guys think? I've never played Ghost Recon. Well, not really. But I've heard that some of these things are in Ghost Recon. How does that work? Can anyone let me know in the comment section how that works? And then also melee weapon. What kind of melee weapon would you use? What kind of melee weapon do you think would be used in the Division universe? We need to discuss that as well. And then also the whole clearing a zone before moving on to the next one, making you familiar with the entire open world for the end game of Storm. It seems like an awesome idea. I dig it. That makes it to where all of us start on the same playing field. We're all learning the map together. And then when it's time to PvP, we have it unlocked. Boom. Let's PvP. I mean, I enjoy that quite a bit. That'll help the player gap as well. So hopefully everyone will at least be somewhat knowledgeable of the map. I mean, all of it points to good signs. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Again, these were all new leaks from this past weekend on Twitter and on Reddit. This one was posted by Sean Weber. Now, remember my previous Division Heartland video, that was by a guy named Tim Henderson, I believe, on Twitter as well. So we're starting to get more and more leaks from the Division Heartland. I'm wondering if hopefully we're going to hear something really soon. Maybe we can get a date or something official. Fingers crossed, because I did ask the community manager and creative director on Twitter if they would be doing any sort of Division Heartland official Twitter page or official page or anything at all. And all I got back was all news updates for the Division Heartland are going to be coming from the Division 2's dev team. So at the Division on Twitter will be the place to look for any news on both the Division 2 content coming and also the Division Heartland. So as far as, any sort of information, that's where we're going to go to for that official word. But all right, everyone, those were your Division Heartland leaks of late. I am Kamikazevondoom. Don't forget, hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll discuss this in the comments below. And I'll see you guys. Take care. Peace.